Do you know that this Chinese meal can be done in another way or in an African way? Hello everyone, welcome back to another segment. Into this episode, let's dive into African lady who got married to Chinese husband based in China. Several methods can be applied in the preparation of a particular meal and achieve the same results. And the result might seem so different, but not too different. In the student's package, you can note that African lady and a Chinese grandmama is doing special delicacy for the family. This has been the Chinese special and one of the utmost, top delicacy, which most African lady who got married to in the Chinese environment often prepare this and must know how to do this particular delicacy. If you check in our recent video, you see several African ladies who were able to prepare this Chinese special. Albeit in today's package, African lady is going to do it in an African way, in the Chinese way and also African way. Let's sit tight and see how this has been done. Before then, some spectacles also some persons really observed that African lady is pregnant and thus that's seeing the sign. I mean, we were like she doesn't like the scent of the ingredients, or she felt irritated with some of the ingredients. Yes, that she's in her first trimester. I know we have doctors, online doctors and online nurse who sees when seeing someone, they indicate and knows that that person is pregnant instantly without even that person consulting or doing test. Well, it is very important not to judge a book by its cover, but also to read the context that is in the book. You can see here that if she's pregnant, it's so good for the family, and if she's not, it's also the good for the family. But we are hoping that she is, and seeing her reactions and see the way she move and do her reaction. Pregnancy itself cannot be hidden. It's not something one will carry big blankets or carry should I say every clothes to cover oneself, no matter how long the hiding takes. It will definitely pump out. If you check in our recent video, our Chinese husband was able to visit the doctor for his checkup and many other things to be corrected. Last, we also did an anniversary. She celebrated her first year anniversary, wedding anniversary in the Chinese environment, and with her relationship, I'm married to her husband over there in the Chinese environment. The first few months of marriage might not bring the maturity in it, and might not bring that ground that marriage covers. That is the first 3 months, the first 4 months, and the first, let's say, 5 months of marriage might not bring that maturity in which marriage entails. That is the case of not only African lady, for some persons that were married, mostly those that married early, maybe in their 20s, in their no, I shouldn't say in their 18s, because anyone that is marrying at the age of 18 is not the person is not ripe for marriage. Yes, it should be from 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20 upward. But sometimes 21 years of marriage is the person is not so a kind of being matured. So that is why it is very good, to encourage people before you get married at the age of someone like, what is the age of in which someone is entitled to marry? What is that age? Well, in our own perspective, we think that marriage should be carried out, or the person or people should marry at the age of, let's say, 25 upward is a kind of maturity age which the person will be able to undo some of the challenges of marriage. Sometimes the stature of most individuals, cover ups and view them or strike them out, and they have been seen as being matured for marriage, but their brain, or should I say their mindset, is not matured or well developed. So at that age, I think is the due or the ripe age in which a person will be able to withstand some of the should I say some of the crises that are raising. Marriage is not something that you just jump in and then you just jump out. Playing with one's emotion, playing with one's intellect, and playing with one, capability or capacity. Well, you will note that in that first 3 months or in the first 5 months of marriage, it wasn't that too funny. Let's use her own case. It wasn't that too funny, and she was being, the feel, the happiness, the joy that comes alongside with her, and alongside with it, and the blessing that comes alongside with it, being surrounded by lovable persons and being surrounded and found herself in a home where it's peaceful and calm. She felt so much happy. Yes, and that made her, to come online and was, expressing her joy. And so many persons misunderstood her, misunderstood her feelings, and they were like, she is actually there out there to make money and all of that. When you start being so much being too extremely excited, that was her case, and they have to call attention. You note that in today's package or in the recent package, she has started acting more calm and more peaceful years, and that is the one of the attributes a married person needs to, should I say, accumulate or have in them, the spirit of calmness, no matter where you found yourself, whether in the golden spoon or in the golden land or in a very poor environment. It is certain that you just have to calm your spirit to understand and to know those things in which you have to fix in and correct, because you're actually building an empire, you're actually building a generation, right? You're actually building a generation. So that calls for a lot of a kind of training, a kind of you have to build your innermost mind for you to be able to accept some of the good should I say some of the good what life will throw, and some of the other bad things in which life will throw at you. Most times it is not rosary, as we ought to have said it or as we ought to have felt it, but when it comes, we have to, quit that you haven't been learned, haven't been educated, and even haven't been administered some of the, should I say, right training. It is very important for us to be able to handle most of issues and most of the important thing that is found in marriage. Well, you note that African lady, she has changed a lot in the past few should I say in the past few days or in the past few months. She has changed a lot, and so like years, that is maturity, and that is what calls for marriage. Doesn't mean okay there will be no like going out, there will be no merriment, and there will be no, definitely there will be a time for that. Actually, his uncle have done a lot, and now it's time for her to stand still with her family, with Jenny's grandmama, and also with her husband, for them to do things. And and this is the time, and this is the perfect time. So mistakes sometimes would be done, and that mistakes would be corrected, and I think in a lovable manner, because right now you see found out that Jenny's uncle is not being involved. The family, they are doing their own thing the way the ought to have done it, and her Chinese husband is taking charge as the man of the home. Well, this is what many wanted to see, and this is what we're expecting to see, and we hope perfectly that African lady, just you can see with the Chinese grandma, they're doing pretty cool in understanding communication. It might not look fun, it might not seem so easy, being the fact that the both were from different cultural background, different so let's say different training, and is different country and from different places. So the way the other person was being trained is quite different from the way the other person is being trained. So there's different different kind of lifestyle and different kind of being and different kind of understanding. But what will she do? She have to calm down to understand that she has found herself a new place and a new environment in which they do things in different ways. So it's just to know that thing which they're doing, and also to also imply some of the good things over there, so that the we also understand and also enjoy intramarriage or enjoy the other culture. Just to get say found into this package, she's doing preparing um Chinese delicacy in an African way. Delicacy in an African way. Yes, I have not for once seen where this particular meal was being fried, but we are going to see how she's going to do it, and we'll see at the end if they will or they enjoyed this particular meal in an African way. It's a new exploit. One thing about the kitchen office, yes, when you're in the kitchen, he's an office on his own. You can exploit and exploit and exploit, and I believe everything being explorable would be so healthy for human consumption. Just as you see here, a Chinese grandmama, doing different kind of new delicacy, frying and all of that. So we believe that the end result of this particular meal will come out so delicious, and it's a new exploit. For looking at it, you think that it's a meat pie in African delicacy. Meat pie is some kind of snacks in the Africans, yes, where you use some meat, you also use some vegetables, onions, and some spices. Then you wrap it with flour, and the design also looks like it, but that of the Chinese on the instead of frying it, they'll boil it, then sieve the boil, then do a kind of pepper sauce, and then take it alongside with it. It's another way of eating, but she did it in form of meat pie, and no, without pepper sauce. You don't eat meat pie with sauce with pepper sauce. I've not seen where meat pie is being eaten with pepper sauce. You only take meat pie as a snacks, and this is what they got there, and that is the African delicacy in a Chinese way, or Chinese delicacy in an African way. The end result is so cute and special. For certainly during pregnancy, there are some great exploits in which pregnant women crave for. Does it mean she's pregnant? Well, we end it with this question. Well, let's see as time goes on. All right, that is where I'll be wrapping up today's episode, and I hope you're enlightened on today's package. Please do stay tuned and stay blessed, and always remember, lovelies. Stay cool for now. Bye for now.